Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I am going to do your February the 16th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. The title of the meditation, Service and Carrying NA's Message. Everything that occurs in the course of NA service must be motivated by the desire to more successfully carry the message of recovery to the addict who still suffers. That comes from basic text introduction. Of all the spiritual principles in this book, service may be the most directly related to action. Sure, service has a place in our hearts, minds, and souls, but we aren't practicing this principle unless we are doing something. Our primary purpose in Narcotics Anonymous is service. Essentially, that means carrying the message of recovery to the still suffering addict who can be any one of us at any moment. Participating in service to other addicts, both on an individual level and within the fellowship, helps us to keep each other and NA alive and thriving. We often say that there are no musts in NA, but the basic text says otherwise in one of its earliest passages. Depending on who we are, where we are in our recovery, or even what we ate for breakfast that morning, we may find this direction that all of NA service must be motivated by our primary purpose, either inspirational or distressing. Some of us may be more driven than ever to carry the message. Others may start to second guess our motivations for service. We may get defensive at the absoluteness of the statement that everything we're doing must be motivated by the purest, most fundamental desire to help another. Really? All the time? Truthfully, the framework of NA, the steps, traditions, concepts, and principles are indeed oriented toward our singular purpose. Because of the simplicity of service as a principle and its reliance on action to practice it, showing up is all we have to do. Really, go to a meeting and share what's going on. Answer the phone when our sponsee calls. Pitch in for the seventh tradition. Fill the tea kettle. We come early and stay late. Our purely motivated desire to carry the message won't always be there, but we take the action anyway. That's service in a nutshell. Simply, I will carry the message to the still suffering addict today with intention. I'll contemplate my level of desire and practice willingness along with service. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. What a wonderful meditation talking about service and carrying NA's message and what our motivation should be, right? That we should have a desire to want to carry the message to the still suffering person that can be any one of us at any time, right? And so when we talk about that being the foundation, right, for doing service, and that it's a must, right? I think the word must is a hard word because a lot of times as addicts, we don't like being told what to do. I think a lot of us secretly suffer from that oppositional defiant disorder, right? We don't like authority and we don't like people exercising it over us. And the word must kind of just stirs that up inside of you. Hey, what do you mean I must? Right? Is this a free place for me to be or not? Like, I thought I'm a member when I say I am, and now there's a must here. It's in principle. Let me tell you that. It's in principle. Because even at the end of all of this meditation, it indicates that not every day are we going to have that as a motivation, right? This last sentence here, our purely motivated desire to carry the message won't always be there, but we take the action anyway. That's service in a nutshell, right? And so it's spiritual, right? It's in the essence of doing it. That should be what is motivating us, a desire, right? To carry the primary purpose, the message rather. That should be the biggest piece of it. That should be whatever everything else that we lay on top of it in service should be based on our primary purpose, which is to carry the message. Right? Not our primary message. We know what our primary message is, right? But our primary purpose is to carry that message to the still suffering individual addict, right? And so when I'm doing this, I'm motivated by making sure that people that don't have this literature can have it, or people that don't read very well can have it read for them, right? Or people that are super, super busy and don't have any quiet time other than when they're in their vehicles can just turn this on and hear it, right? Or can listen to the meditations on their lunch, or listen to them when they're exercising, or whatever it is they're doing with their phones. They can have that available, right? And my motive is based in the primary purpose of carrying the message. And it's a simple act. It sounds like, and then there is sometimes a lot that goes on in the background for me to be able to accomplish it. You know, waking up late today would have been a perfect day for me to tap into last year's meditations and use those. But when I listened to them, I found I was having a surgery last year. And I talked quite frequent, just like this year, I talked quite frequently about the death of my father here in the last few weeks, right? And so I felt that it would be better to take the time, even though I'm short on time this morning, take the time to do a fresh recording, because I want it to be more relevant, because we have more people with us this year than we did last year. I think we're at 518 subscribers, and I want to welcome you and thank you for listening. But today, what I want for you to do when you're thinking about doing any service, think about what your motivation is. And if it's off kilter a little bit, the beginning of adjusting that is to acknowledge that it is off kilter, right? And bring it back into the range of what we're talking about, wanting to carry the message, right? Wanting to carry that message, making sure that people receive it, and do the best that you can with that, and not beat yourself up over it, whether it's off kilter or not. Don't take this to a point where I'm not going to do any service, right? Because it's not motivated right. No, we don't need that. We need people to show up anyway, even when they're having a bad day, right? Or having realizations about what their motives are. We still need people to do the service work. My name is Mighty Stream, and I am an addict. I've enjoyed your company today. I'm going to have a beautiful day on purpose, and I want for you to do the same. Talk to you tomorrow.